So yesterday they finally came out and announced something that I remember mentioning months ago, that Murray Gold was coming back. But the problem is, we don't know for how long. Is he back for the specials? Is he back for Series 14 and onward? They haven't. I'll have to go back and double check some more on that. But um, I remember mentioning this like a billion years ago. They finally confirmed it, I guess yesterday. Um, because that's back for everything moved over to Bad Wolf. But it's like, but unless it comes from the wind and tunnel tested hairdo or the guy who's reading 500 million stories off Reddit and 4chan hoping one of them's true. Ugh. Okay, so he is staying on. Okay, I want to reread that article just to be safe, because I mentioned that he was back at the one point, but it's like we didn't know how long at that point. And this was like, I thought he'd retired, but then again, we all thought that. Sorry, I'm just really beat today. There's so many composers we thought were retired, like John Williams and such, but he came back to do, Star Wars. But yeah, the thing is, I'm saying this because I remember mentioning this months ago, and I'm like, wow, they just got around to confirming that. Also, a lot more photos coming out from the shooting in Newport, for the filming, I mean. Yeah, I would, like I said, I wouldn't be beyond belief if he decided to stay on now that RTD and Julie Gardner's back. But like I said, I'm beginning to have some slight worries about this new era. But as they say, the proof of the pudding's in the tasting, so I'm not going to go off on screaming rants. I've actually found yesterday, by accident, more than one channel shouting the same rhetoric. And the funny part is, it's the exact same video format, just about. Also, there were some folks going on and on about, Chibnall mentioned he doubted anyone was going to pick up on his storylines. And I'm like, guys, I know that RTD isn't going to magically undo everything you think that, you don't like. It's not going to happen. Yep. He's not going to magically make the timeless children go away and stuff like that. It's not going to happen. That's because him and Chibnall have been friends for long before, all this stuff happened. And they're classic fans. I know he did something RTD probably wanted to do and Moffat wanted to do, but they wouldn't let them. And that was, he put a lot more classic companions back on the screen. And now, had Sarah Jane Adventures going on, like I said, I'm talking about the main show. But on Sarah Jane Adventures, they had already had several coming back. Several were going to come back. I mean, we already had, the return of Joe Grant, a.k.a. Joe Jones, and all that. And, of course, the Brig. And there were going to be a lot more on the Sarah Jane Adventures had it gone on, but sadly, Liz Sladen passed away. But I'm just glad they were there, They've that's all I wanted, for an anniversary show. Like, it wasn't a huge scene, but, like I said, it was I don't want to say it that way. Even though it was a short scene, it was a tremendous impact. You know, it was showing us. Well, I know a lot of people have been going on about re-release the Series 10 soundtrack. I don't know why they won't. I wonder what kind of jiggery pokery's been going on with that. Madame Piano, is that what they're calling her? I wasn't sure if they had a definite character name yet or not because I've heard everything. Oh, we got solar storms going on. Huh? And then comes the coronal mass ejection. I like that name though. It sounds fitting. Madame Piano. But like I said, all we're going to get for now is rumors. And like I said, don't believe everything RTD is going to tell you because RTD was very good at misdirection when stuff got leaked out and things like that. So, you know, leading you down the the long, the leading you through the rose garden, so to speak. You know, and yeah, William Russell was one I've been waiting on because he was supposed to return back in '83 in Modern Undead, and sadly that didn't happen. And it's how Nicholas Courtney, as the Brigadier, returned in Modern Undead instead. That's why it was set in a school and all that. It was originally supposed to be Ian Chesterton. But I can't remember what the circumstances were, but William Russell could not make the schedule. Well, the thing is, though, is it's a great thing that Murray's back, but at the same time, is it just me, or did some of his stuff just get to be seemingly repetitive after a while? I don't know. It's sorry about that. The unit dating cock up. Yeah, you had Yates taking out Joe Grant a couple times, and then that all went. Or wait a minute, not that unit dating cock up. Just screw with you. Well, the thing is, yeah, they never really defined when the unit tales take place. That's why they leave it vague, because first they were saying it was '80s, then they were saying it was this, and they were saying it was that. The problem is, though, is it's not really easy to date that era. So I just say leave it vague. We don't have to have an exact, point in time. I always joke when people mention the unit dating thing because a lot of people were going on about Yates and was taking Joe out every now and then. And then, of course, Joe ends up running off with Clifford at the end of what do you call it, the Green Death. You got, well, of course, she wasn't going to hang with the guy after the whole, oh, God, that was a whole nother story. That was way later, that's right. Oh, God. I was so hoping that Twilight was over right now. It seems like they'll dig up any bones out of the out of the old cemetery, these days to fill slots on the air, for TV and or put on a streaming service. And there's some shows that do deserve a continuation, and there's other stories that shouldn't be touched with a 50-foot pole. Okay, it just I'm halfway shocked they haven't rebooted like the Rockford Files or Gilligan's Island yet. Of course, they'll never touch Sanford and Son with a 50-foot pole. Or All in the Family just wouldn't be the same in this year. I'll tell you that right now. They wouldn't last 5 minutes on the air. It's amazing when I sit back and think about all the great TV shows we all had that you're never going to see again thanks to political correctness and things along that line. So Murray Gold's back. In a way I'm happy. I'm kind of glad the whole team's back together, but so to speak. But like I said, I'm not going to go into hysterics and start pulling what's left of my hair out or screeching. Oh, that's right. There'll be no parking lot tomorrow morning. If I get up early enough in the morning, I'll be up, but just I have tomorrow scheduled off. Amongst other things, Sophie has to go back to the vet, to get her follow-up. And in my heart of hearts, I don't think they're going to be able to save her eye. Sanford and Son, was the American version of Steptoe and Son. Like many other 70s sitcoms that came from British shows, it's like, you should see the look on people's faces. I was like, Three's Company? That came from Man About the House. Like, huh? All in the Family was from Till Death Do Us Part or something like that. And Sanford and Son was Steptoe and Son. And I remember because once again, they showed Man About the House late night on the same channel that I told you about. It showed all the British programming. WUAB TV 43 in Cleveland. One of our UHF stations. Like I said, it's where I first watched Space 1999 because they'd air it. Along with Star Trek. Like I said, I didn't get the Doctor until I was about 12 years old. It's about 1983. And I caught that on, like I said, our PBS channel. Yeah, April's nearly over. I get to go back to the doctor next week myself and hear how fat I am. Ugh. You're slightly less fat, but you're still fat. I know, I have to get going myself. It is that time. So everybody, once again, be kind, be calm, be safe. I'm scheduled off tomorrow, so I'm not sure what's going to go on tomorrow. If you like listening to me rant on and on, be sure to like, share, subscribe these videos. Smash that like button. That's the newest one I hear all the time now. Take care of yourselves, everyone. And take care of each other, and we'll catch y'all later on, hopefully in the future.